So what's on the topic today, Evelyn?
Today we're talking about the cost of marketing.
Oh, great topic.
Yes, we're going to be talking about how people want value, they want good work, obviously. They want work that's going to stand out and help their company or their business, but when it comes to outsourcing, they don't feel comfortable forking out the money.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so we're going to advise people on when to know to fork out the money and also what is good value and what's worth forking out money for.
For sure, yeah. So I come across this problem like almost every day in my business with what I do. It's hard for people to understand investing in marketing. I think because it's not like a tangible physical good. Like you can't go to the store and buy a logo off the shelf and you're like, oh, I have that in my hand. But it's really important to invest in branding and marketing your brand the right way, because it's the front end of what the marketplace and what your potential customer is going to see.
It's like when you go to a restaurant, the host is the first person that you see, the last person that you see. And if you walk into a restaurant and they're not happy to see you, they don't greet you properly, and they're just like, yeah, sit over there, we'll let you know when we can see you, kind of thing, brush you aside, it's going to leave a sour taste in your mouth. You're probably going to get up, turn around, and leave and never go back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if you're leaving and they're not like, thank you for coming, it was nice. Like, it was nice to meet you or see you, or I hope you enjoyed your meal. If they don't say anything and they just look at you, just kind of glare at you as you leave, you're going to be like, what's their problem? And never go back.
Yeah.
So that's the thing with marketing, is that it's the face of your company, kind of, in a way, especially in the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like a lot of people now that I'm meeting with a group of small business owners, and they don't really understand digital literacy, and they don't understand why they have to be online. But honestly, if you're not online these days, you don't exist to a whole lot of people. There's billions of people online, so it's so important to be there, but to be there in a credible looking way. And it's good to invest in a good designer for your business and someone who really knows how to market in a credible way, because you don't want to market your business where you look like spam or you look uncredible. That's almost backtracking in what you're trying to do.
But if I'm a small business owner and if somebody does that kind of marketing, how do I know? How do I know the difference between good marketing and spam marketing or bad marketing?
Yeah, well, I mean, good marketing is well researched, it's strategized, right? The person will present you with the plan and inquire more from you about what your customers want and what your goals are and where you want to go with your business.
So what you're saying is, if I'm a client and I have a small little food truck restaurant, whatever restaurant, who cares really, and I need help, you would audit it and tell me, this is what you need help with, this is what you're strong in, this is what you're doing wrong, this is what we're going to do right, this is where you need to improve, like things along those lines.
Yeah, exactly. I would be weary of someone who comes to you and they're like, you know what? I'm going to make a banner ad for you. And then I'm going to tell you to get on Instagram and just put up a picture of a taco. and they're going to throw your brand out in the ether without being like, okay, where's your customer coming from? And say you're like, oh, they come from the office building across the street. Okay, and the marketer comes back and they're like, okay, we're going to make a poster and we're going to put it in the lobby and we're going to make a postcard and put it in all the mailboxes. That would be somebody who's thinking more about where your customer is and where it's appropriate to market you.
So, questions about the business, questions about the clientele, questions about the target market, questions about people that I'm hoping to approach to get through the door, my ideal customers.
Exactly.
Okay.
You already know, Evelyn.
I know, but I'm trying to break it down to the people listening that definitely do not know and do not understand.
Yeah.
I remember something you said about marketing being really important and something to do with the shelf, something on a shelf
Oh,
have
yeah.
products on a shelf, something along those lines.
Definitely. I say that marketing, a business without marketing is like creating a product, putting it on the shelf, and then not telling people it's there. It's just going to collect dust.
I like that. You should make a t-shirt. I'd buy
I know, right?
it.
It's a good one.
Like, I would really buy it. Or just like on a notebook to remind people and just sending out to certain people that clearly need it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I
so
like
true.
It. Definitely
Thanks.
should be on a t-shirt somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
If it wasn't too long, it could be on a bumper. Like a bumper sticker. One of those baby on board things. Be like, I know marketing.
Yeah.
It works. Alright, do you have any more, excuse me, I'm losing my voice. Do you have any more examples of that?
Not really about that one. You mentioned something about the purse example.
Alright, so I knew somebody that wanted me to do marketing for them. No, not marketing, excuse me. They wanted me to do social media. And the thing is, this isn't just about marketing, it's about web designers, social media, marketing. Like, if you need help, you have to have a budget and you have to be willing to fork out the money you need to get to where you're going. You know what I mean? It's like image is everything. And even your own personal image. Like, you're not going to go to work in, like, some straggy weekend jogging outfit all sweaty. And that's not going to happen because you don't want to leave that impression on people. You don't want people to think that's the guy that owns that, like, place over there, that company over there, and he's just an awful dresser. He smells like sweat all the time. He's always running, and it's just gross. You don't want to be that person.
Right.
So, anyways, yes, they wanted me to do marketing for them for their company. No, not marketing. I keep saying marketing. They wanted me to do social media, which is online marketing, basically, for their company. I know my value. I know my work. I know for a fact that I'm good at what I do. Not a lot of people are on my level. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but toot, because I am that good. And this person also knows that I am that good. They wanted me to do a lot of things for them. And because I somewhat knew the person and they wanted a discount, I thought, all right, I know you. I'll give you a small discount. I'll give you about 25%. And so I gave them a discount, and they were still trying to get me to lower the discount, keeping in mind that this person has no problem going to the mall and buying a lot of things of value. And she had this $30,000 purse. Like, money didn't bother her if it was materialistic things. But then when it came to saving her business, she wanted to low blow me and try and get me to do it for $500, basically, like a really cheap price. And I looked at her and told her point blank, I'm not doing that. I know my value. I know where I work. I'm not doing that for you. If you want somebody else to do it for you for $500 or $300, then I'm sure you can find somebody else to do it for you. But we both know that you're not going to be getting the same results as you would with me. So I absolutely refused to, but for the longest time, she kept trying to convince me. Like, she was very persistent, and I just kept telling her, no, that's not happening. And she could have gone with somebody else, and I'm sure they would have given her that huge discount. If anything, they would have been happy to have a client because they're new to the game. I'm not sure, but the fact is, they would not have been able to give her what I gave her.
And I think it's really important to remember that marketing is honestly very labor intensive in terms of the thought process, because you have to think about where you're going to put things, and then you have to think about how you're going to tell the story, and then you have to put it together in a visual way. So there's a lot of different steps that people don't really think about, but time is money, right? So it's like, okay, so you don't want to do your social media for the month, and you're asking me to put in the hour a day that's recommended to get your engagement up, your followers up, but you don't want to do it, then it's like being comfortable with handing over the equivalent of that time financially.
Yes, and it all goes around in a circle because once you're known online, if I'm marketing you online, people are starting to notice your business online. They're starting to learn about your company and all this jazz. Eventually, they're gonna end up coming through the door. So it's beneficial. It goes around in circles. It starts online and it happens in real life, real time. So I'm sorry, but you should have a marketing budget of some sort. And if you need help, like, if you're desperate to save your business, I'm sorry, but there's some companies that are desperate to save their business. They're about to go out of business. It's a last straw. They're like, can you help me with marketing? Can you help me with social media? I'm not getting the clientele. I need help. What should I do? What can I do? And somebody comes in and they have ideas for you, and you're saying no, 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 no to everything. Like, that's not what I do. I've never done that. I don't do this. I don't do that. And it's like, well, I mean, this is my expertise. This is my area. Like, this is my job. You've been doing all this other stuff that hasn't been working. I'm giving you ideas and you're not open to it. You know what I mean? And then to top it off, you don't even want to pay for anything, or you're being, I don't want to say cheap about it, but you're just lowballing everything. You know, it doesn't make sense.
You're not going to get quality results. And like, if marketing is something that you haven't been doing, that's probably why your business is failing.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to be comfortable taking risks. I mean,
Yeah.
that's something that I think we've all learned about entrepreneurship, is that, you know, you can do the same thing as everybody else, but it's not going to set you apart from the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like your favorite quote.
No, that is.
What is it?
Why blend in when you can stand out and be the star?